Happy Monday, y'all. I'm so sorry. I'm late, friend. I'm so sorry. I'm late, child. I was on Zoom, honey, trying to finish up a call. I am so sorry. I'm late, but happy Monday. Let's get into it. I want to get into my topic today, which is, in business, baby, you really got to believe you're successful before anything ever happens. So I want to get into that today. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I can go live on Instagram and Facebook. I'm so sorry I'm late, y'all. I'm so sorry. I was finishing up a Zoom call, honey. And I was looking at the time, but I was like, y'all will understand. So I'm so sorry. But happy Monday, friend. Let's get into it. Happy Monday. I feel so good and recharged. How is your Monday morning starting off? Have you already thought about what you're going to do in business this week? Hopefully you have. Hopefully, you've already thought about what you're going to do in your business this week. Hopefully, you've already decided that you're going to be consistent this week. Hopefully, you've already decided that this is the week that you're going to get out of your comfort zone. Hopefully, you've decided in your business that if you have been consistent and you've been in business for some time, that this week you're going to turn things up a notch. So I don't know about y'all, but I feel good about this Monday. Business owners, where are you? What city do you live in? What type of business do you have? Let me know down in the comments. What type of business do you have? Introduce yourself down in the comments, girl, because we want to know. What's up, TikTok? I see y'all. Happy Monday. What type of business do you have? Let me know down in the comments what type of business you have. Hey, Janice. We're back on Monday, girl. I'm sorry I was running late, friend. Janice said, good morning. I'm running late, friend. I was on Zoom, girl. I was on Zoom, honey. You know, getting off a Zoom meeting be like when you're trying to leave somebody's house and you talking at the kitchen. You be like, all right, we got to go. Then you start talking. Next thing you know, by the front door, doors open, mosquitoes all in the house. Then next thing you know, you standing by the car, still talking. That's how me getting off that Zoom call was today. So happy Monday, business owners. Drop it down in the chat. What type of business do you have? And what are you, Janice, you crazy? What are you conquering this week? What do you have planned for the business? Y'all already know our vibes. Y'all know how we roll. We do not just post and hope and sit and wait to be discovered on the internet. We are too doped for that. We are too amazing for that. We are too talented for that. This is the season of, y'all know I name my seasons and stuff. I know it's a little corny, but I name my seasons and name my years. And I told myself this has to be the year of building an icon, which means I have to go and create space for myself. I have to go and create a name for myself. I have to get out. Y'all, have y'all ever scrolled and just looked on YouTube at the sheer amount of podcasts, shows, and content that's out here? I be like, man, the people are out here putting themselves on. Like, people are out here real. I looked on YouTube. You can find any, y'all. Janice says, I'm going live every day this week for at least 1 hour. Yes, ma'am. Give it to us, baby. I love it, girl. Me too. I'm going to be on live every weekday. People are really putting themselves on. And I am so here for it. This is why, and I will continue to say this, I do not subscribe to your talent or how good you are. Don't let that cloud how hard you have to work to go, like, put yourself, like, expose yourself to the world. Like, most of us are good. Most of us are talented. And I feel you because I think I'm special too. Well, I know I'm special. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm special. But I cannot underestimate how hard I have to work and how I've got to go put myself on. Okay? Now, I'm waiting on Oprah to come discover me a little bit. But I'm also going to do this live in the meantime, okay? What's up, Kevin? Kevin says, Kevin D. Williams with Team Vision Media, and we teach business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals their elevator pitch. Come on, elevator pitch. I love it. I love it. I was just talking to somebody about that on Zoom. So Kevin, we admire what you do because and when I first had my business and I started getting a few likes on their social media, I thought that meant that I didn't have to pitch nobody. I was like, well, baby, if I'm pretty enough or the business good enough, the people gonna come to me. And the pandemic skewed my thought process. But now I understand that a true business model obviously requires outbound sales and it's more than just having a social media page. So, thus learning how to pitch, thus learning how to close business. So, cheers to you, Kevin, for helping us out, child. Cause baby, when you start getting um when you start getting customers from social media, here is why I think that we've got to be careful about that. It may skew your mindset into not understanding how to actually sell or how to actually like pitch, or you know what I'm saying? Because you think that the content does all of the work, and for a lot of us that's just simply not the case. Okay, let's get into today's topic, friend. Let's get into today's topic. Happy Monday. Business owners, drop your business down in the comments and then let me know what you're conquering this week. We got Kevin who says he teaches business professionals about their elevator pitch. He's tuned in with us on Facebook. And then we've got Janice on TikTok who says that she's going live every day this week for at least an hour. So drop your business down in the comments. Let me know what you're going to conquer this week. This is not the week to just sit and hope and wait and pray that somebody discovers you because you're talented. Okay. So I want to get into my topic today, which is, when you're a business owner, you've really got to see a lot more for yourself than what your current reality is. And we may hear that and think, well, Deb, duh, I'm a visionary. I see a lot for myself. But sometimes we don't, like for me, I'll like see a lot for myself in the future. Like I'll see a lot for my future, my business and my dreams and my goals. But sometimes executing or moving the way that my future self will want me to, sometimes it'll have me in the chokehold a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I'm a little scared. But I've been able to create some systems in my business that's allowed me to be able to break through when my mind is telling me no. How many of us need that? We need some type of system in our business that we can execute when your mind is telling me no. The R. Kelly reference is terrible. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Stacy says First Impression Salons LLC in the dressing room of LaGrange. Tell us more, Stacy. That tells me, so I'm assuming you have a hair salon and the dressing room of LaGrange. What is that? Is that a store? Is that I don't know. Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean? If you put your business in the comments, let us know what it is. Like, how do you help? Tell us some details. Okay. What does that mean? Okay. And introduce your business like you know for a fact that somebody watching this needing the girl. Okay, Stacy says hair salon and boutique. Okay. Tell us more about the hair salons for the natural girls. Is it for the lace fronts 2x4, 16x4, 4x4? Is it for the locks? What makes you different? Who are you looking for? For the boutique, is it for the big girls? Is it for the small girls? Is it for the skimpy dress girls? Is it for the classy girls? Y'all know who I want to see to come out with a boutique? Somebody who understands that people like me work from home and be on Zoom all day, and I just want a cute top and I want some comfy bottoms. I want a dressy top and some pajama bottoms. Who got a boutique for people who work from home or they're self-employed? Because, baby, I have on a cute shirt for this live and be in some old holy pajama pants. They're real comfortable for me, child. And I don't want no whole outfit on. Okay. Kevin says, Deb, people spend too much time pitching the features and not the benefits. Our goal this week is to get 3 to 5 clients featured on national media outlets such as Business Insider, AP, and Forbes. Baby, hey now, hey now, Kevin, we might have to welcome you into the community. You're doing all that now. I love it. That's something that I had to learn. That's something that I had to learn. You know, being a business owner is a really unique experience, especially for me. Just trying to figure this thing out. I get up every day and dedicate my life to it. Thank God, you know, I have the space and ability to do that, but it's a lot to learn. So, cheers to you, Kevin, for the press and for helping us pitch. I'm so here for it. I want to get into the topic today around us feeling successful before we can actually see it. Feeling successful before we actually see it. And how it shows up and what can we do, y'all, week to week. When I say we have to have some type of system, I'm not about to say you got to have some realistic. Wake up at 5 o'clock, go work out, do this, make sure you drink protein shake, make sure you do this, 9 o'clock, do this, 11 o'clock. Because I don't live like that. I don't know about y'all, but I might get tired by 1 o'clock and I might need to go watch an episode of something on Netflix and come back. I don't work like that. I don't live like that. But what I do know is that I got to a point in my business where I said, if I don't have any structure in my day, or if I don't have some type of system in my life besides just posting content, I'm going to end up back at a job, and this business is just going to eventually become something I do for fun and then eventually become a whole bunch of nothing. And I didn't want that for myself. So I was like, I need some type of system that even if I'm not feeling it day to day, right? That our things can still move the needle. All right, Stacy says with her salon, okay, enhancing beauty to all textures, and the boutique is sizes extra small to 5X. Ooh, girl, you really serve everybody, friend. I ain't mad at you. Extra small to 5X. That is a target audience for you. What type of, maybe the clothes is what to make it distinct and different. Okay. Because if you sell extra small to 5X, then what makes it unique or different? Is it the style of clothes? Maybe it's club wear in any size. Is it professional wear in any size? Is it everyday wear for any size? Or I guess I'm asking, what's the unique feature? I love for us to kind of pull out what our unique feature is about our business. That way we have more confidence selling it and pitching it in the room. Okay. So extra small to 5X. That's a target audience, girl. I ain't lying. For real. Okay, so happy Monday. Let's reset. Drop your business down in the comments to let us know what you do and what you're conquering this week inside your business. Y'all know we are here every weekday. But I was talking about this idea of, I'm really going through a season in my business where I'm like, Deb, you really have to man, just elevate the way you see yourself. I'm just telling myself everything starts and ends with me. And I have to get to a point where, yes, I can post and do all of the things, but I have to make sure that what I'm doing behind closed doors supports the mission, right? That I'm getting out and telling people about my business, that I'm not afraid to pitch my business, that I'm not afraid of the numbers, I'm not afraid of the sales, I'm not, so discouraged by the lack of sales, I'm not discouraged by the lack of engagement or participation, like so many things that I have to tell myself. You have to conquer these mindset things to even get started on where you want to go. And so, even a part of my system every week is number one, making sure I face the reality of my numbers, which is something that I did not do in a season where I was disconnected from my business. I was scared of my numbers. I ran from my numbers. On a dime, I couldn't tell you how much I did or how much we needed to do because I just thought that was doing too much. But the reality is, because I felt so unworthy and disconnected, I was like, man, if I just get one person, if I just get, you know what I'm saying? Like I started a take what I can get mindset instead of saying, hey, this is the reality of where we are. And you can look at the numbers and it's okay. The sales number can be 0 and not letting that knock me down. How many of us, when the sales got that low, man, I get it. It knocked us down to the ground. And you start to question, well, am I worthy of this? Am I capable of this? Is this for me? Is it okay? You know what I'm saying? That's a harsh reality. It's a harsh reality when you're a business owner, you've invested all of the things and done all the things, and the customers just be like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't want it. All right. Kevin says, what Shark Tank teaches us about pitching is you AI. This is really good. Well, I guess you do pitching for a living, so that's why it's so good. I said it's you AI, child. You never know these days. Kevin says, what Shark Tank teaches us about pitching, not products, and how we help the CPA land 50,000 plus shares by getting this right. It's not always the best product that wins. That is a bar. Oh my God, is that a lesson I learned? It's not always the best product that wins. It's the pitch that's clear, confident, and emotionally compelling. That's why we study shows like Shark Tank, not just for entertainment, but to help our clients show up stronger in the media, on stage, and online. Just ask Michael Pridgeon, CPA, founder of Eminent Financial Services. We work with him to craft it won't show me the rest. I'm assuming that y'all helped him craft a pitch. That is dope. That is something that I had to learn in my business. Me being talented and having a good product, man, it's just only the beginning. It's about, you said something so good. You said clear, confident, and emotionally compelling. Now, I ain't no pitch expert. This is not my expertise, right? Janice says I use Shark Tank videos to help advertise my products. But what I'm learning to business is that it's a science. It's math and science, and it is about that emotional pull. And I can't get into all the gimmicky, marketing terms and stuff like that because I know about it, but that's not truly my lane. But I know for a fact that as consumers, I say this all the time, the creators that we love, the YouTube channels that we love, the podcasts that we love, the TikTok people that we love, the business owners and coaches and mentors or whoever that we look up to, they show up. And they show up in a way that you literally feel like you know them. It has this underlying, like, emotional, compelling, like, you already feel like you have a relationship with me because you watch me on YouTube every day. And this is why I tell business owners over and over and over and over and over and over again, and I'm gonna keep saying it. If you think that you are annoying people because you show up a lot, then go call the lady, because that exactly the opposite of what you like in your favorite creators. It's this coach I love following on YouTube, Ashley Kirkwood. She drops something every morning at 11 o'clock, and I'll be like, thank God, what does she got for me today? This is why I tell people, turn on the camera, go advertise, go talk about yourself. Because the same people that you love do the exact same thing. There are people waiting for us. And I will say it every day. If you scared, go to church, go call the lady. We cannot believe in it more than you do. Your product is good. Great. Your customer service is good. Great. That's the bare minimum. That is the bare minimum that you need to even get to the starting line. You being good and talented and being waiting to be discovered is just insane. You know? So when I talk about this idea of building a system, right? Something that even if my mind isn't feeling it, I'm like, Dale, yeah, get it together, friend. First thing was confront my numbers and being realistic about them and being honest about them. It would be so much pressure for me to maintain the 10K, 20K, 30K a month mark when that wasn't always the reality. But I can sit and be real about that, right? So confirm my numbers. Number two, y'all having a CRM. I will say it frontwards, backwards, left, and right. This saved my life. Having some type of system where I say, here are the potential customers, here are the past customers. They are in one place. And I talk to them, I reach out to them, I follow up with them. Again, this is not sitting and waiting. actively going after what I want this week in my business? Are you? Are you actively going after your next level this week? Like actively going after it. You know, I just came back from out of town. And while I was out of town, I had the outreach assistants reaching out to a lot of ladies for the event that we have coming up this Thursday. And I saw a lot of, she says, encourage more viewers to share. I saw a lot of DMs coming in where people was like, "No, I don't need this. No, thanks." Some are very I won't say some are very nasty. Some are very nice. Some were very direct. A lot of people were DMing back saying, "No, no, thanks. I don't want this. I don't need this," and that made me so happy. Thank you, Janice. Thank you, Janice. Thank you so much, girl. When I saw all those rejection DMs flowing in while I was out of town, while my team was working, that made me so happy. And there was a season in my business where somebody saying no or rejecting me hurt. But I was so happy when I was out of town and I saw my DMs coming through. I have two ladies that were working, reaching out to people, pitching, pitching, pitching. I made a list of 313 of my ideal clients. Okay. Y'all know I got a partnership with Monday.com. That's what I use my Monday for. I use social media. I went and found 313 of my ideal clients. I planned an event. I hired two outreach assistants and I say, here's the script, here's the pitch, go reach out to them. And I went out of town. Now, that's not my everyday reality. Okay. That's me going out of town once in a blue moon. Okay. I ain't just doing all that. But while I was out of town, I saw all of the rejection messages coming through. And I was so happy. I said, good. That means we pitching a lot of people. And what do you think happened as we got a lot of no's? You also get a lot of yeses. You get a lot of yeses too. So I'm going to challenge you. And if you're okay with a little challenge, put challenge down in the comments. If you're okay with a little challenge. I'm going to challenge you to go after a few no's this week, friend. I'm going to challenge you to go after a few no's this week. Because if you go after some no's, number one, you're going to start exercising a muscle for rejection, which is going to be needed in your next season and is going to be required in your big season. Start exercising your muscle for rejection now because it's going to be needed in this next season, friend. Hey, Nada, I see you on Instagram, girl. And it's going to be required in your big season. The ability for you to say, hey, this is what I offer, and somebody say, absolutely not. I do not need that. And you be like, okay, then. What ain't? Well, okay. You ain't have to do all that, but okay. It is going to be a requirement that your mind understands to not take that so personally that you shut down and do not ask anybody else. That is about the worst thing that you can do is to experience rejection as a business owner from a client, a potential client, a DM, your mama, your daddy, somebody. And because of that, you talk all this talk and don't move your feet. We don't want that. Which is where I always talk about that system, right? Where weekly inside of your business, you're going for a no, which tells me you're also going for yes. So who are the people that you're reaching out to this week, friend? Where they at? I just told you I went and found 313 of my ideal customers just using my personal Facebook page. It's a no-brainer. It's just a no-brainer on how to find clients and customers on Facebook. But I wasn't thinking like this. I'm thinking, well, duh, it's a lot of people out there, which is why I should just post content and gonna come to me. I'm not, I wasn't thinking enough to say, well, they're out there. Let me go find them and bring them to me. So I went and found 313 of my ideal customers, put them on a spreadsheet, start reaching out. Could you do something like that? Could you know to find the people? You can find them in groups. You can find them on LinkedIn. You can find them using that. I showed in the Conquer Club that Google hack where you can find emails off Instagram profiles of your ideal customers. I showed that in the Conquer Club, I think maybe like 2 months ago. And so what they do is they go and find their customers and go pitch them. And you already know what I'm about to say. Once you start pitching, you play the numbers game. If you reached out to 100 of your ideal customers by Friday, what do you think will happen? I don't mean just post, but I'm saying if you actually reached out to them and invited them into your world. That's part of that system we talk about. Inviting that success in before it's our reality. She said, girl, that's awesome. I need this skill. You can do it. Nada. For real. You can do it. Okay. So let's reset a little bit. Happy Monday. I'm so sorry I was late, y'all. I was finishing a Zoom call. But I really wanted to get into number one, drop your business down in the comments so I can shout you out, see who you are, and what you sell. And then number two, I want to hear about what you're conquering this week in your business. Right. And y'all know we always talk about this idea of we ain't mad at busy work, but week after week after week after week, we can't let the only thing be, well, I was tweaking my website, or I was the spending time editing reels, or like, friend, what are you actually doing that's moving the needle with the numbers? Right? That's where we want to be bold, and that's where we want to be brave. Okay. Our time throughout the week cannot go to tweaking graphics, our website, and editing reels. Okay. And then wondering why we have no fruit from all of that quote unquote work we did. Okay. So, how many people will you actually ask to buy from you this week? Akia says, I felt that. I just saw that, Akia. I felt that. Kevin says, Deb Lester, LinkedIn is where professionals generate revenue. 90% of our revenue comes from LinkedIn. Be sure to connect with me on LinkedIn and Kevin D. Williams. Will do. Kevin will do. Hey, Nakia and Nada. I see y'all watching on Instagram, girl. Kevin says, don't mistake busy from being productive. That's a bar right there. Because that was me. Baby, I'd be child. And I hear it all the time. Well, Deb, I want it to be perfect. I'll be like, girl, you want it to be perfect. Yes, girl, I'm a perfectionist. I'll be like, girl, be for real. Be for real, friend. Okay. And some stuff that we not everything that we do produces revenue, right? I get that. Obviously, a lot of us are solopreneurs. We work alone. We got to be the janitor. We got to be the marketing person. We got to be the website person. I get it. But I don't want our weeks to be consumed from making it look good versus actually getting out in the mud and making connections and building rapport and closing deals. Because I feel like that's where a lot of people that I've run into in the community is we will have such a focus on making it look good, right? And I get it, right? I dropped a lot of money on my brand. Like, I get it. But I feel like that's only a necessary step once you say, hey, I truly have something. I have proof of concept. I know how to sell it. I know who it needs to be sold to, and I'm about to make it pretty. And like I said, I'm not the coach that's gonna be mad at you because you got people cash apping you. I mean, I know your accountant may be mad and all that, but I ain't mad at you because I feel like you can make it pretty later. If you know how to go talk to people and you ain't scared to actually pitch them and close them and sell instead of sitting around wondering what you can do to look cute and perfect on Instagram all day, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Nada says, oh, hey, Nikhil says, good morning. Nada says, beauty branding consulting business. I asked my email list to buy. Did you reach out to them individually, Nada, or do you mean that you sent like an email blast to everybody, honey? Baby Kevin says done is better than perfect because perfect never gets done. That's a bar. And you can be busy doing nothing. That's for sure. Absolutely. You can be busy doing nothing. Very true. And we don't want that. We don't want that in Conquer Land. That's not what we do in our community. We don't spend all week tweaking things that are already done. Woo, child. I've been there before, child. Nada says she sent an email blast. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Go start reaching out to people individually, Nada. Unless when you send out email blasts, a certain percentage of people really do buy. But if not, maybe some individual outreach, which has worked so strongly for us. Individual outreach, especially when you're doing consulting, your people want to be seen, they want to be heard, they want to feel like you understand their specific problem. Customers think their situation is just so unique that they want to be seen as an individual, not as a collective, and you use that as a tactic to sell to them. So, yep, Kevin is right. Done is better than perfect because perfect never gets done. I can't tell you how many people that, sometimes I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. I think my biggest thing is for me learning how to be brave. Number one. And I talked about leaning into my numbers. That was a real big eye opener for me. Instead of running away from my numbers, not knowing where I stand, not thinking I was doing too much or I don't have enough business to look at the numbers. That was a grave mistake. So learning how to lean into the numbers and then also having a system where I'm reaching out to people and saying, hey, do you want this? Do you want to buy this? Without the fear of them saying no and actually embracing that no and saying, hey, if I'm getting some no's, chances are I'm getting some yeses too, which has been the case. Yes, not a sass. Okay, thank you. Absolutely, girl. And Instagram, I see y'all comments. I just can't put them up on StreamYard. So yes, girl, start reaching out to people and seeing and get to it. This is a fantastic week. Fantastic week. This is gonna be a fantastic month in summer here inside the Conquer community. This Tuesday night, we're going to be kicking off June inside the Conquer Club. We're going to be talking about community. So shout out to the girls in Conquer Club, like Nakia that's watching on Instagram. We're going to be talking about building community. Y'all know there is a huge gap between people that just follow you and people who come into your community, especially your paid communities, and check for you every day. And you're considered their home. So we're going to talk about building community specifically for women who are coaches, leaders, and speakers. And then Thursday, we're going to be doing our mastermind, which is going to be open to every coach, speaker, and leader. You don't just have to be inside the Conquer Club. You can join us on Thursday night only. And I'm going to be unveiling the framework for you to be able to do this for yourself. And I'll have a couple of different frameworks that you can choose from based off your business model, because I know everything is not a one size fits all. So it's going to be really dope. So make sure you register for that. And then you can also check out the Conquer Club. So see more about that.
Me, the Conquer Club is a sisterhood. I didn't know a lot of these ladies. I have truly made connections, real friendships, bonds. I've cried with these ladies. It elevated my business so much, just putting a foot on the gas and stomping on necks, like literally. I'm really proud to be a part of this space, and I think this is what entrepreneurs need.
Yeah, so that is our space where If you really need to get bold, really need to get consistent, you need to start going live and doing things for your audience. The other things that you see other business owners and creators doing, and you love watching them, there are people who would love to watch you the exact same way. But I'm sure you already know that because you've done content and people have really leaned into you. But there is a next level where you really step in, you really own it, you really show up, and you do it with no apologies, and you do it in a way that's bold, right? And allows you to start attracting people to you in a way that really changes your life. So I started doing the exact same thing. And now we are hosting events, both virtual and in person. We've created space inside the Conquer Club. We've created our signature event, Conquering Cocktails. Got our partnership with Monday.com to support our business angle. And also, we're in the process of becoming a strategic community partner with Operation Hope, just because of the impact that I've been able to do inside their entrepreneurship training program. So we are doing extremely big things with Conquer to be able to support the ladies who want to be consistent, who want to be bold, and who want to be organized inside their business. I'm bringing on huge partners. We ain't got no little frou-frou partners, right? We have Monday.com and Operation Hope supporting the stuff and framework and strategies that we go over every Tuesday night. So it's a truly amazing space to be in if you want to get bold, if you want to get next level, and all the business owners you love seeing, girl, that should be you, friend. Okay. Because posting and hoping, that ain't a thing no more, girl. That's lame. We don't do that. We don't just post and hope. We're way too talented for that. Okay. That's really lame, scary energy. We don't want to do that. We don't want to post and hope, right? We want to go out and set a stage for ourselves because that's what you deserve. And that's what your business deserves, right? You don't deserve to just sit in the corner and wait. I mean, unless that's what you want, then. But girl, you ain't gonna like being around me then, because I'm gonna be like, no, ma'am. Okay. So we'll be back on the show tomorrow. We need to have some fun on the week show this week, y'all. So if you're listening and this is your first time listening, just put first time down in the comments just so I know that you're here. Kevin, I don't know if we've met before, but we got a few people on watching on Instagram too. So put first time down in the comments and then tap the screen. That's the best way to support me right now, is literally just liking the screen so that more people get the recommendation for it. And then we'll be back tomorrow. I'll be on time tomorrow, y'all. I'm so sorry. But we'll be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. noon central. But y'all already know the vibes. When you wake up tomorrow, make sure you conquer something, and see you tomorrow.